Whenever Gypsy makes a statement that gets shared on social media, she gives substantial material for people to answer questions. Did time in prison do anything to rehabilitate this woman who murdered her own mother because she didn't want to admit to people in her community that she was pretending to be wheelchair dependent for attention and gifts? It's normal and a sign that society is healthy when they expose the lies that Gypsy tells. People have a right to question and criticize violent criminals who have been released back into society when they could have been permanently retired from it. They have every right to want to know whether this person can safely interact with others, if they're going to be pro-social, and if they've learned the lessons prison was supposed to teach them. They want to make sure the individual has shown remorse and that they aren't just giving lip service about it. Now, let's listen to a TikTok live panel Gypsy recently participated in, and let's look for those changes we want to see in any violent criminal who has been released back into society. This is the one where Gypsy admits to baby trapping Ken. But there's more. Listen to the pattern, how it is exactly like the Gypsy we see prior to the crime. But stay until the end because I have one more thing I want to show you that you might not have heard before.
I just want to say this, and then I'm going to mute. Gypsy, Jonathan McLaughlin wants you to know he's a huge fan.
And another person wants to marry you.
Thank you, Jonathan McLaughlin. Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry. It's the other person I'm taking. I mean, I even wear this ring. It might sound silly, but I wear this ring as a symbol of hope for the both of us. And that in case another guy comes around and says, hey, baby, I'm like, I'm taken. Happily taken.
Yeah. You gotta put a ring on it then. Then you should have put a ring on it. If you like it, you should put a ring on it. I know.
He will.
He will. Best believe that. Best believe that.
He's stuck with me for life anyway.
Yep. Right.
A ring can come off, a child cannot.
Hold on, he's like, she trapped him.
I trapped him, he's trapped.
Sure did.
Oh, there's the proof. Gypsy trapped Ken.
He's
Everybody
so
knows that
trapped.
shit now.
So what happened?
Gypsy absolutely did baby trap Ken, and you just heard her admit it. Yeah, she made it like she was joking, but she never denies baby trapping Ken because she did. And if she denies it, she implicates him in the dangerous game of genetic microdeletion, quote unquote, Russian roulette, as she calls it.
I really don't like the idea of the possibility of continuing to play Russian roulette with the possibility that my child may end up having this genetic condition.
Yes, she admitted to playing Russian roulette with the health of the baby she had with Ken. So if she denies baby trapping him, she makes Ken complicit in her negligence. Gypsy does not deny baby trapping Ken. But that's not all. Remember, there were 3 plans she claims were created in an attempt to get her mother to accept Nick. Which, first of all, I don't believe for a second that Dee didn't allow Gypsy to date. Dee rightfully put her foot down when she was propositioned by Gypsy about having a man, or rather, a would-be third party to the con, live in their home while Gypsy was still choosing to live a publicly wheelchair-dependent life.
And I was just trying to let you know that she, as much as I wanted her to maybe help us out with things like a living situation in the future, I don't think she will.
A third-party resident in the home would gain knowledge of the con, and Dee would have to trust that the third party would hold the information they were privy to by proximity and not use it as leverage if ever given the chance. Dee wasn't having that. So it's true that Dee wasn't going to give any man residence in her home while Gypsy was choosing the wheelchair over walking.
Living my life in a wheelchair, I have to tell everybody that I am.
But dating? Dee couldn't stop that. And we know that's true because Gypsy carried on in a relationship with Nick for over 2.5 years. No one stopped Gypsy from dating, as shown by the undisputed evidence. But back to the three plans, A, B, and C. Plan A was to trick Dee into witnessing a staged meetup as though it were serendipity at the Cinderella movie. Plan C was never really explained, but somehow people think there was a Plan C. It's clear there were two plans. Listen to Plan B so we can tie up Gypsy's patterns pre- and post-crime with a pretty little bow.
What was the other alternative plan?
Another one was for me to get pregnant. I believed that since he would be the father, he would have to be in my life.
You heard that for yourself. Yes, Plan B was to baby trap Dee Dee Blanchard. Not Nick. He was already committed. It was Dee who Gypsy wanted to baby trap, so she'd let Nick stay in the house with them. Both before and after her crime and prison sentence, Gypsy has seen pregnancy as a means to an end, and the baby is a tool, just like Nick was her tool. Please feel free to say whether or not you agree.